Ladies and gentlemen, look how thick this anatomy book is. Look how thick this book is. I gotta memorize this. I gotta memorize every detail. Each page looks like this. Each page looks like that. You saw how thick that is? Ice Spice before Ozempic. I don't have time for Bernardo Silva. I don't have time for his 675 dribbles forwards. 675 dribbles backwards, canceling out all of his forward dribbles. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for Pep Guardiola benching Omar Marmoush. I don't have time for Abdulkadir Khusanov to play amazing, surrounded by 10 bell-ends every single match. I don't have time for any of that. I don't have time for Kevin De Bruyne coming on and being the only guy trying to look for Erling Haaland. I don't have time for Rico Lewis coming on and not having the pace to deal with any winger in the entire history of football. Whether you live in Zimbabwe or the Philippines or South Africa or Ghana or Iran or Russia or Ecuador or St. Kitts and Nevis, it doesn't matter. If you are a winger and if you are above the age of 2, you can outpace Rico Lewis. And unless you are a paraplegic, you can probably outstrength him too. Let's not get too angry here for clicks and views. We'll leave that to the other YouTubers. Our last 10 fixtures of the Premier League, I've said this in previous videos, ladies and gentlemen, it's a lot favorable than some other clubs. We faced all the best teams already, and except for Manchester United, and except for maybe Bournemouth. Besides that, we don't really have any away at Anfield type of fixtures like that. Chelsea have to play Liverpool, they have to play Arsenal, they have to play Manchester United, they have to play Newcastle. But right now, I think Chelsea might actually finish in the top 4 given our form right now. If we don't pick this up, and if we don't capitalize on the chances, no disrespect to Chelsea, but they will drop points in a lot of those games against United, against Arsenal, against Liverpool, against Newcastle. They will drop points. But I honestly don't think that we can capitalize on those points right now, even though it's favorable fixtures, if we keep playing like this. Let's quickly talk about Nottingham Forest. Matt Sells didn't have anything to do today. You could have put a 2-year-old baby in goal and nothing would have happened. The fullbacks of Nottingham Forest were absolutely stunning. This boy I know with a 6.9 rating. Are you taking the piss? Are you taking the piss? 6.9 rating. What are you talking about? Ola Aina and Williams were absolutely sensational. I think Nottingham Forest's best player throughout the entire match, Dominguez. Dominguez was absolutely everywhere. He was tenacious. He was relentless. Hudson-Odoi, obviously. Fantastic goal on his end. Shitty goal for Manchester City to concede. Chris Wood, like Erling Haaland, wasn't getting a lot of service. They really couldn't do anything. Morgan Gibbs-White was stunning. Okay, that pass to Hudson-Odoi. Mwah. Let's talk about Manchester City. Let's talk about the boys in blue. The boys in blue. Ederson Moraes. Wow. That save. Off of, who had that shot? Was it Alanga or was it Hudson-Odoi? Beautiful save by Ederson. That was world class. And then you do that. And then Hudson-Odoi beats you in the near post. And then your limp dick left arm was absolutely horrible. Useless. Alright, your left arm was a hologram. No strength. Nothing. That was absolutely shambolic. I'm not a goalkeeper. Goalkeeper is pretty much the only position on the pitch that I can't definitively talk about as if I understand anything about it. At least I understand that you shouldn't get beat on your near post. This is why Alisson will always be better than Ederson. Did you see that performance by Alisson against Paris Saint-Germain? If it wasn't for Alisson, Paris Saint-Germain win that game 4-1. Paris Saint-Germain win that game 4-1 and Liverpool are out of the tie already. I'm not kidding. Donnarumma overrated. That is a goalkeeper, Alisson. One of the best goalkeepers I've ever seen in my life. Ederson, wow. That save was absolutely stunning. You've had some great saves in your career, but your shot-stopping ability is overrated. I'm blaming you for that. Alright, that's not Joško Gvardio's fault, alright? That ball by Morgan Gibbs-White was stunning. Any left back would have gotten caught out. I don't give a damn if that was prime Ashley Cole or Roberto Carlos or Marcelo or Facchetti. It does not matter. That takes away from how beautiful that pass was by Morgan Gibbs-White. Stunning. Gvardiol did his job. Joško Gvardiol did his job. Ederson, you did not do yours. Pathetic. Not gonna lie, I thought our defense was actually decent, apart from Matias Nunez, who didn't show me too much this game. I thought Ruben Diaz was solid, decent. I thought Joško Gvardiol was very good. He was getting into his usual attacking positions, combining really well with Jeremy Doku. He was linking up play with Phil Foden, especially in that first half. Joško Gvardiol was doing very well. Abdulkadir Khusanov. That was beautiful. Trust me, I really could care less, where people come from, and I don't care about any of that. If I don't care how loved he is at Manchester City, I will criticize a player and I will call them out if they have a bad performance. Besides minute 4 of that game against Chelsea, this brother has not put in a foot wrong for us. He hasn't had a bad performance. He has not had a bad performance. He locked up Vinicius Jr. He's locking up all these amazing players. Chris Wood is taller than Abdulkadir. He's supposed to be stronger, but not today. Chris Wood couldn't do anything. How many blocks did Abdulkadir have against Chris Wood today? Just Chris Wood today. 3 or 4? He couldn't do anything today. Abdulkadir Khusanov, absolutely stunning performance. You were surrounded by 8 or 9 bellends today. I am so sorry. RC Lons got absolutely robbed. We should send them another £30 million. All right, and Rico Lewis. Nico Gonzalez, 6.9 rating today, and I think that is, I think that's fair. Amazing shot. That was probably our only chance of the opening, 89th, 86 minutes in the game until they scored. Then Manchester City opens up, and then you want to take chances. De Bruyne almost scores. Kovacic almost scores. Doku's getting by the byline. Then you want to wake up, you absolute bunch of prats. Nico Gonzalez was doing very well, especially in that first half. 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 performance for me. I'm seeing some City fans online getting on Jeremy Doku and Savinho. Savinho had a horrible performance. Savinho with an absolute stinker today. Excuse me? What? Yes, subpar performance by Savinho. At least the brother was trying. At least Savio was trying. At least he was trying. At least Jeremy Doku I thought Jeremy Doku had a good game today. I was happy and satisfied with Jeremy Doku's performance today. Savinho, he should have done a little bit more. He should have done a lot more, in my opinion. But to say that he had a stinker when the 2 other players that I'm going to get into didn't. Bernardo effing Silva. I could have been here studying anatomy. I could have been here doing something with my life. But instead, I'm out here looking at Bernardo Silva doing absolutely nothing on the football pitch. Trust me, there are a lot of games that Bernardo Silva doesn't score and doesn't assist, and that's fine. But he adds to the game so much. He adds to the performance and our fluidity so much. Today he didn't. I saw it with my own eyes. He did nothing today. 657 dribbles forward, 658 dribbles backwards. All you do is get the ball, you dribble up, you dribble back, you pass it back. You take the ball, you dribble up, you dribble back, you pass it back. Those overlapping runs from Kevin De Bruyne, so obvious. So obvious. A 4-year-old kid could have a 4-year-old blind kid could have seen that coming. Stevie Wonder could have saw that happen. That was so predictable, yet you tried it anyway. You absolute bunch of pansies. I don't care that you're getting of age. You're supposed to get wiser as you grow older. Why do we buy Marmoush? Why do we buy Omar Marmoush for all of that money if we're just going to bring him on and let him get benched by Bernardo Silva in the middle of the park? Phil Foden and Bernardo Silva should not start the next game against Brighton at home. I don't want to see Phil Foden or Bernardo Silva start that game. I want to see Nico Gonzalez and either Kovacic or Gundogan, preferably Gundogan in my opinion, okay, and Omar Marmoush right behind Erling Haaland. I don't want to see Phil Foden touch the Etihad grass. Phil Foden, an absolute stinker yet again. Phil Foden yet again. Oh, NewGorkCity, you're not a proper fan. You should be backing your player. You should be backing. Why are you giving up on him? Why are you turning on him? I'm not turning on him. Okay, I'm not giving up on him. He just needs to get benched by Omar Marmoush. Okay, Marmoush can do a lot more. Okay, I don't care that Phil Foden's got Brazilian techers and he can dribble a ball. If that was Cole Palmer or Bukayo Saka, they would be getting rinsed online. Rinsed online. Oh, NewGorkCity, you're not a proper fan. He's one of our own. The most protected player in the Premier League. The most protected player in the Premier League. All right, thank God he didn't score a hat-trick against Plymouth. Then I would have been seeing Ballon d'Or shouts for Phil Foden this season, okay? Erling Haaland, I don't have too much to say to you. I have a brain. I actually understand football. I understand how strikers play. I've played as a striker. There is absolutely nothing he could have done in this game, Erling Haaland. Nobody was looking for him. Savinho and Doku, especially Doku, was getting by to the byline. He was beating Ola Aina and I think it was Murillo a couple of times, and he tried to get it to Erling Haaland with his left foot. Savinho was trying crosses galore, crosses blocked galore today. Shout out to the Nottingham Forest defenders, but there's nothing Erling Haaland could have done today. Chris Wood actually had a chance. Actually gave him a chance. He was dribbling the ball and then he messed it up. Erling Haaland got it with his right foot. I think he'd almost skimmed the post, and he could have taken his chances there. But again, strikers are judged by that tiny margin. If Erling Haaland scored that chance, he would have had a great game by football fans' metrics. Now, Erling Haaland couldn't have done anything today because he did not get the service. We are going to be playing Brighton, a fantastic team. Matoma is in form. We all know how good Iron Matoma is. They've got some sensational players. Baleba, one of the players of the season in terms of a midfield standpoint. It's at home, so it's a little bit more favorable for us. If we could win that, Chelsea are obviously going to be taking all 3 points against Leicester City, and then they go to the Emirates to play Arsenal. I hope both teams lose, but for the sake of the table, if Chelsea drop points there, we have to capitalize by getting 3 points ahead of Brighton, and if we get those 3 points, we're back ahead of Chelsea. So again, it's not the end of the world. If we don't win that game against Brighton, then shit is gonna hit the fan. But again, it's not the end of the world because top 4 is my aim for the season. I don't care if we finish 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. It makes no difference to me. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts about the game in the comments.